What's going on, everybody? This is Geek Thoughts Podcast, and yeah, I did it to myself. I watched this fucking show. I didn't finish it, but I did watch this fucking show. Oh my god. Alright. So, just got back from the comic book shop. Was eating something, just trying to figure out what to watch. Then I turned over to HBO Max, and then I was like, you know what? Everybody's been dogpiling this show. Everybody's been talking about it, how bad it is. And me being a glutton for punishment, I decided to watch Velma on HBO Max. I don't know how many videos you guys have probably watched about this, but this is just my take, because I was not interested in watching the show whatsoever. Not even in the slightest. I was not interested in this show at all. But curiosity sometimes kills the cat. And I was like, let's see how bad it is. Because I think that's one of the reasons why they're saying it's one of the most watched shows. Probably people are watching just to see how bad it is, because when I just looked at the ratings on it, it's like a 1.3. I've never seen a show that low, so a lot of people hate this. Like they said, on both sides of the aisle. So I watched up to about episode, I think 5, I believe. I won't even keep it count. This show's bad, man. This show is horrible. I'm talking about bad. Like, nothing in it was funny at all. Nothing. It was like stupid joke inserts from the very beginning. And like, you could tell that this show was just basically her way of ripping on everything that she dislikes. And they completely destroyed what Scooby-Doo was by making this show. Like, these characters are not familiar at all. If this was something else besides Scooby-Doo, it still would fail. I wouldn't even say like, okay, it'd been its own thing. It would have been its own thing, but yeah, it would have failed. But when you attach a known property to like Scooby-Doo to this, and you do it the way they did it, this seems like a fucking travesty of an idea to do something to this property. Like, I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan. I love Scooby-Doo. I was watching Scooby-Doo when I was little. I was watching it into my teens. I mean, watched a lot of the movies that came out in the early 90s to 2000s when they tried this Who Scooby-Doo revival. I mean, watched the 2 movies. You know, and so seeing this, nothing about this show at all resembles anything that I grew up watching, and it sucks. And keep in mind that this is not a kids show. It's not. Even though it's an animated show, this is not a kids show. It's not like, you know, it was made tailored for kids. It was made tailored for adults to watch because of the cursing, the semi-nudity that they show. They don't show like nips or anything like that. They completely destroy the essence. And the number one thing is Scooby-Doo is not even in this so far that I've seen. I don't know, he's in here later. I know there was a big controversy about there's Shaggy's girlfriend was supposed to be named Scooby, but that turned out to be false. Thank God, because that would have been a whole another bag of worms to show her the face. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who greenlit this. Now I know there's been controversy about her doing a blame game, saying that they wanted this, they thought it was a good idea and they greenlit it, and it's just because how bad the reception this show has gotten. Everybody's trying to throw everybody under the bus now, and and the whole talk about, it's not my idea, it was their idea. Look, forget all that. You guys signed off on it. You made it, Mindy. Take responsibility for it. I'm sorry. This is nothing about Scooby-Doo. The jokes fell flat. The game does not resemble anything of themselves. The race, I think, I'm not even sure. I think Daphne's Asian, I'm guessing, because in the first episode she said she's an Asian American woman. I'm like, so did you dye your hair red or something? They don't make no mention to that. So I guess Daphne's Asian now. Velma is Mindy. They turned Scooby's not even, they turned Shaggy black for whatever reason. And they made Fred like this small dick feminist guy. white rich guy. Oh my god. I tell you, I did not laugh. I was laying on my couch looking at this stuff, and I was just like, wow, I can't do this. I can't. And the only reason why I made it part of episode 5 is I fell asleep on this shit. My stomach was full of fucking a breakfast burrito, and I had me some sparkling water watching this show, and I fell fucking asleep because I had the itis, because I was more interested in taking a fucking nap than watching this monstrosity of a Scooby-Doo cartoon. I mean, seriously, I would have I took a nap on this shit because I was that damn bored. I was that damn bored of watching this show. And keep in mind, I had no expectations going into this, and it was, oh my god, I don't even know how to get the words out. As soon as I got finished watching, I just came up here and just recorded this video. I really have no fucking words for this show. I will not be watching the next episode. This is a complete travesty. But this is what they have been doing to properties that have been going on for years upon years upon years. Like they destroyed them, and I do not understand the people that are actually greenlighting this shit. I don't understand what they're thinking about trying to destroy their characters. But if they do anything other else with Scooby-Doo, they have to do better than this. Now, I hope it's not true, because this is about as little attention that I have given this series. I hope and pray that they did not greenlight a second season. If they did, and they have to do a second season because of contracts, my god, that is horrible. That is horrible. They need to stay away from Scooby-Doo. I would have rather they made Scoob 2 than to come out with this crap. I would rather they had made Scoob 2 than to put this on HBO Max. I really would. That would have been better. But instead, we got this. We have this. Oh my god. What are you guys doing, man? This is one of the reasons why I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch this shit. Because it comes out with shit like this. Shit that is not funny. This shit was not funny at all, man. Why are they doing this to classic cartoons? Why? Why are they doing this to these characters? Do they not have any respect for the material that came before? Yes, you can change some aspects of it, but you can't change everything. They can completely and utterly change everything. I'm talking about everything about this. Daphne is unrecognizable. Shaggy's unrecognizable. Velma is definitely unrecognizable. Damn, Fred is unrecognizable. None of these characters resemble anything of what their past counterparts are. These are just basically new characters with a coat of paint on them. That's it. Now, the only thing that I will say anything good about this show, the only thing I'll say anything but good about the show is the little Easter eggs that they have in there. Like they have the Captain Caveman suits. They had Jane from the Jetsons on the screen, stuff like that. That made you even the boat scene where they had Casey Kasem, which I'm surprised they let that go, but they probably paid the wife a little bit of money to have that voice there or mention that, because Casey Kasem was a big part of Scooby-Doo. He was. So to put that in there, okay, that was nice of them to do. I give them credit for that. I give them credit for the Easter eggs of all the Hanna-Barbera symbols that they put in there. All right, fair enough. But that's the only saving grace you get from me. Everything else about this show was complete and utter trash, and they should be ashamed of themselves for putting this out there. You should be ashamed. You should be shamed. I know people don't like being shamed these days, but you should be ashamed for putting that out there. For shame on you. My God, is it that hard to make a good television show now these days? Is it really? Don't watch this show. If you, like I said, I know I'm late to the party, but if you are still on the fence about watching the show, don't watch the show. This is a waste of your fucking time. It is a complete and utter waste of your time. And that's all I have to say about it, man. Like, I did it to myself, man. I did this to myself. That's why I named it this way. I did this to myself. This is art. I'm out.